Hello, I'm Dr. Bill Stropke, Superintendent of the Keystone Oaks School District, and I want to welcome you back to another school year in the Keystone Oaks School District and welcome our new kindergarten students and families. This video here pertains particularly to the updated regulations guidelines from the CDC with regards to COVID-19. As you may or may not be aware, at the end of the last school year, very late in the school year, within 1 or 2 weeks before the end of the school year, our school board has changed and revised the health and safety plan. Masks are no longer and will not be required in our buildings beginning this year. Now, could that be subject to change due to CDC or local guidelines? Yes, later in the year, but as of right now, when you hear of Allegheny County being in the low or medium areas, we're just suggesting you wish to wear a mask, you can wear a mask. When we're in the high, while we were recommending you wear a mask, you don't have to wear a mask. So I want to make that very clear that masks are absolutely at this time optional in the district. With regards to quarantining, and contact tracing and social distancing. First of all, I will say that social distancing is no longer recommended by the CDC. So all of our classrooms have been put together. The students are back. They look like how they were normal prior to the pandemic. Cafeterias look normal prior to the pandemic. We are going to still be contact tracing. If it comes to our attention that somebody was positive for COVID, we at least want to let the families and that know that maybe your child, was in contact or close contact with an individual who may have had COVID, so that you can watch your child and keep an eye on them. We're doing that as a courtesy to you. What you do with that information, that is up to you, but we just feel we have an obligation to at least let you know. I do want to say that the CDC guideline does say that if you do test positive, and this is for anybody, K through 12, faculty, administration, and even outside of a school community, the recommendation by the CDC is that if you test positive, you isolate yourself for 5 days, and on days 6 through 10, while your isolation ends, they are highly recommending that you continue to wear a mask 6 through 10 days. That is coming from the CDC. Once again, if you're close contact, we're not going to be quarantining you, but the CDC recommends that you wear a mask for 10 days. But we're not going to be saying you have to quarantine because you're in close contact. As far as having the availabilities for remote learning and what have you, that is no longer accessible. So if your child does come down with COVID and is sick, they're going to find all of their assignments on Google Classroom. You should be contacting the teacher. You should be looking on Google Classroom for the various assignments. And you should be contacting the building principal and or nurse. The building principal, the school counselors, the school nurse, the teachers themselves can work with you to keep the students on pace, on track as they go through. So once again, when it comes to the guidelines and that with COVID-19, masks are not required at all. That is totally up to you as an individual and family to make that decision. Quarantining and isolation, if you test positive, 5 days isolation is the guideline and recommendation of the CDC. Days 6 through 10, obviously, wearing the mask. And we encourage everyone that if your child or you does feel sick before coming to school, and in your mind you're thinking, they're not well, please keep them home for the sake of them, really, if you can. And we understand those are some difficult decisions, and those are decisions that every family has to make on their own. So once again, these are the most up-to-date guidelines as of the making of this video, which is August the 19th. And any updates that as we go through the school year, please look for a communication. Please have a great year, be safe, and welcome to the 2022-23 school year.